A funeral home for pets? It's true, you can hold visitation for your late dog or cat.
We treat it absolutely like a human funeral home.
People can be buried with their pets here.
Absolutely.
More and more pet lovers are taking advantage of new options available in this area.
This is a growing business, funeral homes and cemeteries that offer services for pets, services that just didn't exist before.
David Highfield is here to show us what they're doing. David.
Yeah, you know, some people probably won't get this, but animal lovers definitely will. You know, there are so many pet owners who really view their dog or cat like a member of the family. Those are the people taking advantage of this. They're the ones pushing the industry to offer options for pets. Little Sophie's on her own now at the Jenkins home in Murraysville. Her companion used to be her brother Waffles, another Maltese who unexpectedly got sick soon after this picture was taken.
Who would have thought? Just a week later, poor dog would be, the poor dog would be dead.
Patty Jenkins was just stunned.
They said he had liver failure, and he was dead within 5 days. And that was just horrible.
She wound up calling Jefferson Memorial Cemetery in Pleasant Hills.
They were very incredibly, so kind and compassionate. And I just knew that that's where the dog had to be.
Inside the Faithful Friends room at Jefferson Memorial, they show grieving pet owners the options available.
This is our primarily our casket and memorial display.
They have headstones, bronze markers, and caskets for pets.
It's got a very nice crepe interior. It's got a blanket that comes with it.
This room is used for visitation if families need a little time to say goodbye.
We lay them out in their casket. We allow the family to spend however much time they need. Often it might be 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Just me and my best friend, we went to view Waffles. I mean, I needed that for closure. I had little dog bone made out of roses and put his favorite toys in there with him.
Waffles was buried in Jefferson's Faithful Friends garden. There are dogs and cats, even a rabbit buried here. People can be buried next to their pets or in the mausoleum they just built. All services they say the community asked for.
There were a lot of people that said, my beloved animal is just as close to me. They're my best friend. They're my family member. Where can I go?
Tom Flynn knows all about a canine best friend. Solomon accompanies him almost everywhere he goes.
Solomon, come on.
Flynn is sort of a pioneer in this field. He started a pet funeral home in Hermitage, Mercer County 8 years ago.
We treat it absolutely like a human funeral home. So if the family wishes, they can actually have a wake.
They have 2 viewing rooms, one with a window.
They can actually stand here and watch the placement of the animal into the crematory.
They have a selection of urns, including ones for specific breeds, and you can be buried with your pet in the cemetery. His business has grown fast. They handled 700 pets last year. But Flynn says some funeral homes are reluctant to get involved.
I go back, we're 5th generation funeral directors. If Grandpa never buried a dog, well, get up with the program, pal. It's a whole different world now.
Jefferson Memorial has been offering pet burial for several years now.
Some people say, oh, it's just a pet. Just put them in the backyard, just cremate them and bury them, and that's it. But we find that there is a difference between a pet owner and a pet parent.
Patty Jenkins is one of those pet parents. She says they made a difficult time a little easier and helped her honor a faithful friend.
You love them while they're alive, and when they die, you shouldn't love them any less.
Well, certainly pet cemeteries are not new, but all these services attached to it are new. And at the Flynn Pet Funeral Home in Hermitage, they'll even go be with someone when their pet is euthanized so that person doesn't have to be alone, because obviously that's a difficult time. Yeah.
Well, I mean, human funerals are so expensive. How much do these cost?
It really varies. It depends on what services are chosen, but human funerals on average 7,000 or 8,000, pets maybe 700.
So I have a dog that I love, so I get this, but there may be people who don't get this. Have these places gotten any comments from people who say this is kind of silly?
Tom Flynn, when he opened in Hermitage 8 years ago, he expected that. He thought there'd be people who might even be offended by it, but if there are, he's not heard from them. He has really only heard the positive, and his business is booming.
Wow. All right. Thank you, David.